excited today because we're going to look at the official kit reveal for Deathpool, and I'm very excited about this. She looks bonkers good, and I am a little bit concerned about power creep, but the concept of the kit, the storyline of the kit, the potential for the kit really seems highly appealing to me. She looks like she's going to be very good, and she's primarily going to be used as a Mystic raid character, but I think she might also have a lot of use in DD5. Very, very, very interesting. Also, we've got some controversial changes incoming to RTA, and we'll talk about that, and also the next RTA character, which is going to be Moon Knight. So let's read the blog post, and there's also a strike time video, and I want to show you two screenshots from the strike time video. It just to get your attention on why she's going to be amazing. Look at the damage right here. This is a hit that does almost 6 million damage, and she's healing for over 1 million. And then also, if we want to find out what Doom 2 is going to be like, but there's going to be a potential for teal gear, 6 red Dooms. And this is the teal gear outline. You can see the gold gear outline right there. I'm not sure if this is gear tier 16 or gear tier 17 because they're kind of doing it a little differently. But 6 reds on Doom is also a horrific idea. Let's get into the RTA part first. First things first, there's going to be a week off from RTA. A lot of people think that's because there's going to be a patch next week. And I just want to say, I'm not sure when the patch is going to be. I think there's a 40% chance that we're going to have the patch, somewhere here on the 10th or 11th, but I think it's more likely that it'll be on the 17th or the 18th. Some people think that this suggests that we're going to have the patch this week before the RTA goes into place, which I'm kind of nice to take a week off from RTA, or at least probably have to still do the 2 missions inside of your daily activities. But as far as the typical RTA thing, now they're going to change the way RTA works, and I haven't seen too many people think that this is going to be an upgrade, but we'll see. I'm not really sure. Removing daily and weekly ability objectives to increase the focus on battle KOs. Let her rip in the battle this season. Go for the knockout instead of being concerned with how many abilities they have used. Now, my personal opinion on this is that I know some people are fans of RTA. I am not. I think it's a dumpster fire, and it feels like that the dumpster is on fire, and they're trying to throw dynamite into the dumpster to put the fire out. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point. The game mode is so terrible, in my opinion, that they could do anything, and if it's slightly better, it would be better. It can't get much worse. The band system, you'll see multiple rotations of band each week in order to keep the character selection process fresh. And I like this part. Additionally, bands will incorporate roles: Protector, Brawler, Blaster, Controller, and Support, and Origins, Buyer, Mystic, Mutant, Tech, and Skill. Now, I can see this being problematic for people with a limited roster. This appeals to me because I have a broad roster. But my main issue is that it seems like right now RTA is dominated by Kestrel and Infinity Watch, and anything that they can do to break that up appeals to me. So we'll have to see. Like I said, I'm not a fan. Maybe this will be improvement. I suspect it not. And Moon Knight is going to be the character. Fantastic. Now, let's get into the Deathpool kit, and I'm very excited about this, and I very much like the backstory of Deathpool. Here's the thing is that, there's the love triangle between Deadpool, Thanos, and Death. And then this is a product of, this is basically the child of Death and Deathpool. And this is the first time, this was a creation by the Marvel Strike Force staff. And this could make it into a comics. I could see this being into a comics. I think this very much appeals to me over Kestrel. I can relate to the character. I'm excited to get the character. And I still don't know who Kestrel is, but I have an idea and a logical idea of what Deathpool is, and her kit looks amazing. Traits: Hero, Caustic, Mystic, Brawler, New Warriors. And I think I should start with the passive before starting on the basic. And before I just say this is a basic, it might as well just be 3 ultimates. Her kit looks so amazingly good. For raids specifically, but I think she's going to have uses outside of the raids. I'm glad that I saved some of my elite red star things. Passive: Death comes for all. On enemy death, heal for self, 10% of max health, and attack the most injured enemy for 300% damage and clear 3 positive effects. Now, it's interesting to note that Yellow Jacket's ultimate only triggers once. So like if he kills one and then he kills another, it doesn't keep going. And this is a passive. It wasn't clear. A lot of people in chat felt that this would go and just keep pinging the summons until they're all dead. I'm not sure though. We'll have to see when this comes out. Again, sometimes the way that it reads, the way that they want it to work, and the way that it actually works are three different things. And so it's not sure to me if this will continue to go off, if it keeps chaining and killing and killing and killing, kind of like you could do with, like, say, Black Panther, right? In raids. Now, I just want to say this. Now, most of the kit is set up for raids. If you think about what they did with DD4 in the bio nodes and also in Doom difficulty 1.1, how it was very specifically tuned for symbiotes. Like, it was designed so that symbiotes could not do well in it. I'm very certain that future raid content is going to be tuned specifically for her and this team and the future team that is coming out. I'm sure it's going to be other Mystic characters. We've had some insights to that. I'm probably going to get more official information here in the near term. So I'm expecting it to be very hard. Now, this will make existing content of the game significantly easier, specifically like Doom difficulty 1.1 should be a lot easier with this character. Absolutely. On spawn, gain 1 charge. And I want to point this out too, that the charge mechanic carries over from node to node, because if you want to get that 5 million damage, 6 million damage, it's going to be based off the charge and having a maximum charge on 5. And on spawn, she gets 1 charge that she doesn't get in just every other game mode. On spawn, fill Speed Barber 10% plus 5% for each Mystic ally, so she's probably going to be going very early. On enemy death, generate 1 ability energy for 2 random Mystic allies for self, so she's a battery for Mystic, which is very cool. And then gain 5% drain for each charge on this character, and then Mystic allies gain 10% drain. And so that points to something like Doom having a lot way of getting health back. Gain 20% max health, and new warrior allies gain 20% max health. So new warrior probably is going to be Cloak and Dagger, Shang-Chi. We'll see. We're not exactly entirely sure. We don't have any official information on what that's going to be, but probably Doom difficulty 2 and potentially DD5 is probably going to be solved by her and this new warrior team. Now let's go to the basic attack. And like I said, there's nothing basic about this attack. It feels almost like they might as well be all ultimates, right? And they're suggesting doing Striker. And please, Scopely, I wish you would publish assist counter information on like that for us to make a determination if Striker is a logical choice. You know, literally we have to wait for the JSON files to get actually in the data mine of the code, have it published on MSFGG, because I'm pretty sure that the way that this reads right here is not the way the assist and counter is going to work, based on the way that the Cull and the Quake basic attacks work. Clear all negative effects on this character. If the negative effects are removed, heal self for 5% per negative effect removed. So that's a kind of a throwback and call out to Deadpool's passive. Heal self for 10% of the max health. Great. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 300% damage and clear death proof. So that's a cleave. I know Cull has a cleave, and so does Quake have a cleave on their basic attack where it hits multiple targets. Their counterattacks don't do that. So how does the counterattack work on her? We'll have to find out when she comes to the game. Flip stealth and speed up on primary and adjacent targets. If the enemy is a minion, attack the enemy for 600% damage instead. So the middle ability, the special on Zemo, works with higher damage. And then also like White Tiger, I think it's summons and clones, has boosted damage, right? Cannot be blocked. So this is an amazing basic attack. You know, what character in the game has a better basic attack? Maybe Silver Surfer, maybe Adam Warlock. This is quite impressive basic attack. Jubilee has a very good basic. So this is up there, right? Probably a top 5 basic attack in my opinion, without even seeing how it works in game. It looks very good on paper. Now special 5/5 now this kind of reminds me of a Psylocke / Venom all combined in one. Energy cost 5/5. Transfer all negative effects from this character to the primary target. Always useful. Always useful. Do damage. Steal 10% health from primary adjacent targets and redistribute to all Mystic allies. This suggests to me that she's going to be effective inside of Dark Dimension and in raids. This seems like very good. Spread all negative effects from the primary target to all adjacent targets. This will not spread and stun. This is like Venom. Venom's ultimate. Very nice. Now this is where the kit is highly interesting to me. Keep in mind that she's a battery inside of raids where she should be granting ability energy to herself and or mystic allies. Someone also pointed out that you could put her next to Thanos and just really double down on this. Energy cost 3-3. Clear death pro from primary target. Attack primary target for 500% damage. Apply 2 bleed for 2 turns. Then gain 1 charge up to a maximum 5. Lots of extra focus. At maximum charge. So maximum charge is 5. In rage, she gets a charge on spawn. And then every time she does this is a low cooldown. She's going to get an extra charge. So this is not going to happen often, but if you're doing this ability every turn because she's getting fed energy or she's next to Thanos, this could be going off every turn. Then you're going to get this total one-shot kill deletion, attack primary target, and this is correct. 20,000% piercing, clears charged, unavoidable, and cannot be blocked. And in the strike time video, they were very explicit that this is, under most circumstances, should be deleting characters. So what I'm expecting, if you remember way back in the day in Ultimate 7.5, when it was, or in its infancy, it was actually very hard. We would build up charges on Storm, and then we'd save it for the final boss and things like that, right? I'm sure that there's going to be some strategies on because the charge will carry from node to node, and it's probably going to need to do this to clear boss targets inside of whatever that's going to be, like Doom 2, right? Anyways, lots of damage. Seems interesting. This highly appeals to me. I don't think that this is going to go off in arena. I don't think this is going to be helpful in war, just because the way that it ramps up. But I can see this being a very important raid strategy and very raid tool, and it's going to require some thinking on when to use this, and probably they're going to have some sort of bosses. We're going to see. I'm actually pretty excited about this kit. The one thing that I'm worried about is I'm very certain that the new content will be tuned specifically to her, just like the way that, Doom difficulty 1.1 is tuned for symbiotes. Node 12 in Dark Dimension 4 is tuned for symbiotes. I'm sure that whatever we get that requires Mystic is going to be tuned for her and her team, basically negating any chance that my old Mystic characters, in all likelihood, maybe with the exception of Doom, are going to be useful. I'm calling it now. I'm not sure how many of the Mystic characters that I'm using right now in Doom difficulty 1.1 are going to be useful in Doom 2. It's probably going to be her and her team. We will see. Now, they do mention here the boost to gold. There were 2 significant boosts to gold that wasn't mentioned in the patches. We caught it here. Basically, inside of your inbox in your daily monthly calendar, there was a boost right here where you could hit daily rewards, and then you hit the August, and you could see that there was a significant amount of gold added here. So they talk about this in the blog post. And also the monthly payday event was boosted also. It used to pay 800,000 times 3. Now it's going to pay 1.2 million times 3. They also mention here that they, so you can see that right there, it's boosted. They mentioned that they boosted up the first time rewards for completing it. And there was a Reddit post that I forwarded on to the developers earlier this week saying, well, what about players that already beat this? Or what about a player that beat it last month? Can they get the difference between the old first time completion bonus and the new one, right? We'll see. All this in conjunction with additional 2 million gold added to monthly login calendar to get more gold into your hands. Log in every day, take advantage of the updated payday rewards to get more gold each month. Character availability. So what they're talking about right here is there is a boost. I don't like this at all. This is a supply store for Kestrel, 20% appearance, but you have to spend cores to get her. This is a non-event for me personally. I'm not a fan. And then also they're talking about Sharon Carter making it into the elite store so you can spend your promotion credits to update her red stars. Then we've got some returning legendary events, Ebony Ma. We've got some blitzes right here. We're going to get a Teenage Warhead and Cyclops, which is good if you don't have them already maxed out. And then we've got our flash events coming forward to help get you prepped for the Ebony Ma legendary event, and then also the Scale Military monthly event for training materials. So what do you think about all this? Are you excited about the character? I I am a little bit worried about power creep. I think that's a separate discussion, but overall, the kit excites me. I'm looking forward to using it. And I do like the story behind the character. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.